Hi everyone, welcome to Sunday. Hi Dudu. How is everybody? How's your week been? Who's in the Yarra Valley and has had all the rain? Okay, hang on a minute. Someone wants to say hi. This is Thomas. He wants to say hi. Hi everyone. Hi Beck, how you going? Being a sook for dinner. Okay, go away now. How is everybody? Oti, hi. Liz, how you going? He is a cute turtle. He's like a dog. Renee, do you have power? Crazy. No. Is anybody from WA? Get off my foot. Okay, how's everybody been this week? Renee, you've got no power. Telling us another 3 days till maybe 7 days without. What? That's ridiculous. Having why are they fixing the power? That's crazy. People can't go without power for that long. Okie dokie. Oh good, oh good. So tonight, does anybody have a topic they want to discuss? Yeah, it is sad with lockdown. I certainly feels like I've got my wings clipped. You could be better. How are you? Yeah, good. Okie dokie. Has anyone got a question related to mediumship or psychic stuff? Hi, Emily. How are you? Let's see what cards we got this week. Have you ever listened to that podcast, Real Ghost Stories, about Dan? Oh, not sure, Liz. Dan who? I've listened to a lot of stuff on Real Ghost Stories. So yeah. Guys, I'm not reading at the moment, so just hold off on your questions. I'm actually taking questions about mediumship. And just remember, like, if there is somebody specific that you want to talk to, I do have private readings available. If you go to my website and you go to my Facebook page as well, you will be able to book in for reading. When somebody is cremated, do you need to spread them to set them free? Look, Renee, I think it's up to the individual. My personal knowledge of it is that no. Okay, once they've passed, they're no longer in it. It's just, I guess, the leftover shell, the vessel that they were held in, and so it's just, I guess, what's left essentially. But look, I'm mixed about that because I just think, look, it's up to the individual person. It really is. I've been there when ashes have been scattered, and I know that people that actually have them, holding on to them, and I think it's up to the individual that has passed over if they've had a request, or otherwise, I guess it's up to the grieving, the grieving people that are left behind. But no, the answer is no. There's no spirit attached to the bones whatsoever. It's just just the leftover vessel, really. Beck, if you go to my webpage, all the details are on there for my private readings. Okay. Jane. Okay. Your message is something that is brought up quite often, and it's how do we learn to see and recognize signs from loved ones and eliminate the thought of it being a coincidence. Most likely you've thought of your loved one and something will happen. If you see a feather, for instance, and you think of your loved one, then it's going to be your loved one, okay, because they are super connected. Or if you were thinking of your loved one a few hours before or that day, and then suddenly you find something and think of them, of course, it's going to be them. And that can be anything from a feather, a sign, a song on the radio, you know, a bird or a butterfly. It just depends. So, yeah, look, I think it's just about trusting your own intuition. And if you connect that that could possibly be them, then most certainly it would be. If that makes sense. Tammy, yes, your grandfather's fine. Hi, Kelly. How are you going? Any more questions? What do you want, Total? Ugh. Here he is again. I put him down, but he's back. Sit still. If you want to stay up here, sit still. Oh, you found a birth certificate. That's so funny. Okay, so what I might do is, what do you want? I want to say hi to people. Are you being social tonight? No? You just want to get up and do something. All right, go to bed. Oh my God, it's been a pain in the bum all night. Why do some mediums want not? Jay, good question. Okay, why do some mediums not want to let you record the sessions? Okay, there's two answers to this question. The first answer is legalities. Okay, so there has been mediums that have been taken to court because people have believed that they've been misled in some way, taken them to court, and the mediums have been sued. Okay, and so some mediums won't allow that, you know, some mediums won't allow that to go forward or go happen. I mean, you've got to understand that, you know, there's still a lot of controversy around mediumship, and something that I make very, very clear in my readings and all readings is that even though the messages are clear and concise and you can place them, it is, I guess, classified as entertainment as well, and that you are not to live verbatim on what actually gets said. Even though it is very clear and the messages are very clear, to cover our bums, basically, we have to say that it's entertainment, because we don't want to open ourselves up to a legal case, if that makes sense. The other reason is because the medium may not want it coming back to them if something doesn't come through, or something's wrong, or something along the lines of that. If they are not comfortable in their mediumship and they're not trusting in their mediumship, then, you know, if it's on tape, then they have proof, essentially. So there are two things essentially why somebody wouldn't want it recorded. And you've got to understand too that mediumship, there's no time in mediumship. So past, present, and future all run on the same timeline, and people get all bent out of shape if it doesn't happen tomorrow. And I can tell you that it can happen 10 years down the track, if that makes sense. And so yeah, that would be my answer to the question. But yeah, look, it's a really thin line, I suppose, between you know, giving the wrong information, giving too much information. If you've got somebody that's very clingy, for instance, like somebody that's really desperate and you don't tell them exactly what they're hearing, then they'll basically write your reading off as rubbish. And I've had to say to quite a few people, look, I know that you're wanting to hear this particular word or you're looking for this particular guidance, but Spirit isn't giving that to me at this moment. But what they are giving me is all this information, and then I make them go back. I go back over the information and show them what they have actually received from Spirit. So yeah, there's a different things, and I think it's really up to the medium. You know, I don't mind people recording my readings because I am confident. I don't mind people writing it down as well, and I always write information down and send it to them afterwards if I need to. So yeah, thanks for your question, Jay. Hi, Ginger. How are you? Do you connect with angels higher than loved ones? Susie, I'm not quite sure what your question means. Do you connect with angels higher than loved ones? Not quite sure what you're pertaining to that, but the angelic realm is definitely a higher realm. It's an ascended realm, and so I would have to say yes. The platform on which our loved ones go to essentially is a lower, I guess, level than the angelic realm, and then you've got your ascended masters, and then your Christ consciousness, and it goes that way. So it's like a ladder, I suppose. That's the way that it's been explained to me in the past. Sadly, being so deflated as I can't find a medium who can tell me specific messages. Jay, the best thing to do. So anyway, Susie, I hope that answers your question. I would say yes. Okay, if that's the message, if I've read it right. So if I haven't read it right, just correct me on that one. Jay, what I would suggest is for you to go into a reading without expectation. Okay. Because if you go into a reading with expectation, you're going to be disappointed. All right. So if you have a specific question, then the medium should be able to get guidance on that specific question. Okay. You connecting the dots. Look, Jay, I'm just feeling that there's questions around a passing that you're actually seeking guidance for and seeking answers for. So I might be wrong on that, but that's what I'm getting anyway. Okay, let me jump in here and we'll do some psychic work. Let me have a look. Where am I going to go? Don't forget to like and share, guys, if you're on here. And don't forget, I do have private readings available, which is really cool. Right, Emily Jane, I'm drawn to at the moment. Emily, I see you handing out a lot of, a lot of money, okay, at the present time. And I feel like I want to say, keep your hands in your pocket. I know that in the past that, generosity, I suppose, has got you places and you have a value system on being able to help people. But at the present time, I want to say, keep your hands in your pocket, okay? Keep your hands in your pocket because, it's better left at home. That's what I'm saying. You're better off putting money into yourself at the present time. Money is just an exchange of energy and it provides choice, okay? That's all money does. It provides choice and it's, in exchange of energy. But what I'm seeing near and around you is that I guess people are taking advantage of your goodwill, okay? And so I just want to pause you on that for some time and just say, like, invest in yourself and invest in your home circle, okay? So I hope that makes sense for you. That's the guidance that Spirit's passing across. Hi, Lisa from Southern Illinois. How are you? Jenny Fitzgerald, how are you going? Hi, Cheryl. How are you? What time is it in America? Yes, I do have spirits with me all of the time. I just try and, ignore them, I suppose, for want of a better word. Yeah, everybody shining high spirits with them always. We've always got our loved ones near and around us, and you know, we're never alone, if that makes sense. They're always by our side, looking after us and watching over us, if that makes sense. You would love it. I am great. Actually, Cheryl, I'm drawn to you, so I'm just going to see what I can get for you as well. Expansion is the word that I'm getting for you, Cheryl. Expansion. I know that Di was reading for you yesterday. I just caught the end of it, but I feel like expansion is something that you are either contemplating or looking into. And the thing that I want to say to you is that expansion doesn't necessarily mean expansion in a physical sense, okay? I feel as if there's an expansion in regards to your higher self, your soul path, higher guidance. I really feel as if that crown chakra needs to be opened up just that little bit more, and that balance brought down right back into the root chakra, okay? Just bring that energy down. You're receiving so much information at the moment, which is fantastic. And you know, you've come such a far way. That's really good English, guys. You've come such a long way, and you know, I think that this is just the beginning. At the moment, I think that now is the time to lay down your foundations, okay? Lay down your foundations for the next jump forward. Now isn't the time to do it, because I am being told to pause on it, pause on ideas. But I do know that now is the time to do some self-work, some self-development, and lay down your groundwork, okay? Because once we're out of this COVID situation, I do feel that you're going to be running along in leaps and bounds. Also see a shop or some sort of a shop front for you, Cheryl, whether it's one of your own or whether you're going to be working from somewhere else. So just hold on to that, and I'm sure you'll be able to place it. Now, where do I want to go to? Lisa from Southern Illinois. Okay, I'm going to read because you're in America, and that's really cool. And what I'm seeing for you is juggling. Okay, I feel as if you are juggling, and like you've got weight in both hands. Essentially, is what responsibility is very much on your mind, and the weighing down of responsibility I'm getting of near and around you. I don't know who the elderly person is near and around you, but I feel like there's an elderly person. I want to place her as a female, living. Okay, so I don't know whether this is mum or grandmum. I'm leaning towards grandmother on dad's side, and I just feel as if there will become a time, or there is a time when she's going to have to lean on other people, if that makes sense. So if I get it wrong, it's your mum's mum, but I feel like I'm leaning towards your dad's mum. And I just know that there's an elderly person near and around you that may need a little bit of help and some guidance, you know, in the future. For you personally, the juggling, I just want to say, put it down for a little bit. You're burning the candle at both ends, okay? And I really feel that you need to retreat for some time, recapitulate your energy, and then you can go back out and, you know, be the best version of yourself that you possibly can. So I'm going to leave that there for you, Lisa. I hope that makes sense, and wish you all the best. Hi, Jenny. Let's see here. Susie, I've been meditating on my health for a long time, and till now I haven't had much success. So you're telling me that you have had success? Okay. Susie Humphreys, what I want to say to you is that see yourself already healed, okay? See it as already done. Because when you're actually, you know, putting it out there that you're broken, you're going to be broken. Energy goes where attention, energy flows where attention goes. And so if you're constantly focusing on I'm sick, then you are essentially going to be sick. I don't know what that was. Something cracked. So does that make sense? Just focus on something positive, okay? Like I am healed. I feel better. You know, and I'm going to be fine. That's what I want to put out there for you, okay? Lisa, does that make sense for you? Good, Susie. Keep doing that mantra. I think that, everything will be fine. Hi, Carol. Jump on here. Okay, rarely do I actually give you any guidance, but I really feel like I'm drawn to you, and it's not the question that you're normally asking. Okay, it's not that question, but what I am seeing for you is I guess an expansion. Okay, and then this seems to be the flavor of the night, an expansion. And I just want to say to you, you need to trust a little bit more in your abilities, is what I want to say. And it's not coming from an egotistical point, it's coming from a reality check. Okay, and I do see that it's going to become a lot stronger, and I think there's a realization in that as well. I do see that you've sort of like acknowledged it, and I know that you've seen things and heard a lot more. So I just want to quickly say to you, trust. Okay, trust what you get given and listen to that inner guidance, because I think in the next month or so, things are going to become quite clear to you. And that question that you've been asking everybody recently, it's going to be almost like the choice is going to be taken away from you in the sense like it's spirit will sort it out for you. Okay, so hold on to that. And yeah, it's going to be an interesting ride. So I look forward to it. Cheryl, it's not a secret anymore. So I just blabbed it out on social media. Hi, Anita. How you going? Love this question, Shani. Can a loved departed one help guide the living if you ask them? Yes. Okay, most definitely. Quite often, those that were living become our guides and our guidance systems. And so, yes, the answer to that is yes. Some of my students have their grandmothers as guides. And yeah, that's a no-brainer. So certainly, ask them, and whatever you hear in your head, it's going to certainly answer some questions for you, if that makes sense. Hi, Rebecca Lacey. How are you? Not sure, quite sure what you're saying there, Lisa. Where am I going now? Ginger. Spirits picked you out. What I'm seeing for you, Ginger, is change. Okay, change. Now I know that you're in a job at the present time, but I see a change in job. Okay, I don't know whether you're going to be poached or whether you're going to throw it in and make changes for yourself. But I just see a letting go of the position that you're working in at the present time. There's also a question that needs to be answered that's coming up for you as well. And I'm also seeing sort of like your head really noisy, if that makes sense. Like there's things going around in your head, and you're trying to make peace with things, if that makes sense. So I hope that makes sense for you, because I know you're going to smack me if it doesn't. Thomas is under my foot, and he's trying to lift my foot up with his head. Hi, Nick. Hi, Carly. Where have you been? Lawrence asked a question. Can soulmates still have a strong connection after one dies? I feel like he is here, just not physical. Okay, Lauren, a soulmate, and let me correct this. A soulmate is somebody that teaches us lessons, okay? That's a soulmate. There are plenty of soulmates that we have in this world. Sometimes then they're lovers, sometimes they're not lovers, sometimes they're, they're children, sometimes they're teachers. There are so many ways that a soulmate can actually come into your realm, but the main way is that you're being really annoying at the moment. The main thing is that we learn a lesson from them. Okay. Your loved one, yes, will be present. Okay. And you will feel the energy near and around. But I'm really mindful in sort of like what an actual soulmate is, if that makes sense. So, to me, a soulmate is somebody that has taught us a lesson, basically. You're being a real pain. Your baby has a perforated eardrum, so dealing with a sick boy. Oh, you like my pink chair? Oh, I got it off Amazon, Liz, and it was really cheap. What do you want? Baby, you watching? Can you come and get him? Yeah, I got it off Amazon, and it was like, I don't know, $115 or something ridiculous. You got to put it together yourself though, but it's not that hard. Yeah, it is a turtle. It's Thomas. Thomas is a Macquarie shortneck. You pain. What do you want tonight? Yes, we do have two cats. We have Missy and Ariana, or Bugs. No, Thomas is a turtle. How can you guys get a cat out of a turtle? Like, seriously. Susie, it just depends on what comes through, babe. At the moment, I'm just sort of like plodding along, asking some questions. I have to tell you, guess what, guys? It's my birthday tomorrow. I turn 50. So bad. Half a century of, oh my God. It's kind of weird, to be honest, to think that I've been here for that long. Certainly made some mischief and created a few gray hairs in people, but hey, what can I say? It's all fun and games. Has anybody else had a birthday this week? Next week? Thanks, Doodoo. Oh my God. Bless her heart. Ronit turned up to our house this morning with the biggest bunch of balloons and chocolates and what else? So much stuff. Chocolates and breakfast muffins and all sorts of stuff. Bless her heart. And looking good for 50. I know. Hi, Bruno. Yeah, half a century. Goodness. Wonder what mischief I'm going to get up to for the next lot, all right? Okay, let me see what I can get for you. Where did you go? What cards am I going to be using tonight? I pulled these ones out, Carrie. Soul Expression Oracle cards by Robin Ridley. So I will be using those shortly. I'll be having a look here. And hi. I'm assuming Anthony Wells is your second name. Is that right? Okay. I'm assuming that anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong. Judgment is the word that I'm getting for you. Okay, judgment. And I just want to say, just sit back and watch. Okay, sit back and watch. Don't act is the message that Spirit's passing across. I do feel as if, you know, it's something's going on for you, and I know you want to act on it, but what Spirit's saying is just sit back and gather the information. Okay, sit back and gather the information. It's justified, but now is not the time to act on it. Okay, so I do hope that makes sense to you. Whenever I'm working with Spirit, I don't try and have it make sense to me. I just pass it across as it is. So I hope that makes sense for you and you can get some guidance out of that. Bruno, hey there. I have some guidance for you, okay? And the guidance is weight on your shoulders, okay? Weight on your shoulders is what I'm seeing. I feel like somebody is literally standing on your shoulders, putting pressure on you. And I don't know whether this is in a work environment. It feels like it's in a work environment, but you know, I am seeing the pressure or the amount of pressure that either you've put yourself under or somebody else has put you under, okay? And I am being told to either step back or move forward. At the moment, I see you sort of like 1 foot in and 1 foot out, okay? 1 foot in and 1 foot out. And I just want to say to you, you know, you can't stay in the middle. You've got to either step back from it or, you know, put plans to move forward. That's kind of the message. I do see like a steamroller coming in as well, or a big bowl or something like this. Like you're a bowling pin and somebody's bowling you over. I do see deception around it as well. Okay, so I don't know whether somebody's you know, somebody's near like deceiving you or not telling the truth, if that makes sense. And so I just want you to hold on to that. You're asking the question 1 foot and 1 foot out of what? I feel as if it's a decision that you're needing to make, Bruno, and I do see you sort of like conflicting over it. Now, this may not have happened yet, so it might be next week or the week after, but there will be a choice that you need to make, okay? And I do feel it's connected to work, and it's either you let go of something or you move forward and, you know, just, I guess, leave that behind, okay? That's the guidance that Spirit's giving me. So just hold on to it, okay? It will make sense. So I hope that you will be able to make sense of it, I guess. Oh my God, Carly, I can see you. Whoops. You don't work. Okay. Bruno, just hold on to it because I do feel it's around work, okay? And look, definition of work is, I suppose, something that's taking your energy away, something that you have to make a decision about. You know, to me, work is anything that you, you know, to me, it's anything that warrants your attention, that takes you away from, I guess, a positive, free life where you're in a social setting and you're enjoying yourself. So work as a focus, if that makes sense. I'm reading your information now. Terminal lung cancer diagnosis. Oh, bless your heart. Okay. It's not over yet. So just hold on to the faith and get a really good support system around you, Bruno, because, you know, that's the best thing. And something that I always tell people as a death doula is to you know, just live each day in the moment. Make each day worth living, and find the blessing in each and every day, okay? But I know that there's a choice coming up. You know, I know that there is a choice coming up that you're going to have to make. So you either, you know, I guess leave it in the past and move forward, or you sort of like make that decision. So I look, all I'm saying is, Bruno, is a decision that you have to make, and it could be around your treatment or something along the lines of that. But it's almost like the hard work is enough. Okay, so it's like enough of the hard work. I'm going to either leave it behind me, or I'm going to move forward and sort it out. Okay, so sending you lots of love and healing. I know that it's been a battle and a half, but it's not over yet, and you've got lots of living to live. I'm going to leave that there for you. Christine, I've just got this here. Do you have any direction for me in regards to my daughter? She's wanting me to make quite a large decision for her. The advice that I give you on that one, and the message from Spirit, is it's not your decision to make. I do see that she needs to stand on her own 2 feet and make that decision herself. She has to live with, you know, she has to live with choice, just like every one of us, when we make a decision, have to live with choice. So I do feel that's quite unfair to put that pressure on you, and I'd certainly be stepping back from that one. Okay, where are we at? Hi, Tony. Just reading some of your questions. I'm just going to grab some cards, guys, and see what comes out. Okay, so these cards are Self-Expression Oracle by Robin Ridley. Okay, these are Animal Dreaming Publishing cards. You can get them from Animal Dreaming Publishing, and yeah, these are really cool. I actually haven't read with these ones, I don't think, so this is the first time running. Don't even look at my shuffling. Look away, look away. These are nice cards. They're really beautiful on the back too. They're nice, and they're a decent size, okay, but not too big that, you know, you're going to drop them like me all over the place. And they are nicely laminated. Seriously, Thomas, go to bed. River, you watching? Can you come and get him? He's doing my head in. Shut up, Nick. Nick, you just jinxed me. Just for that, you're having this card. And Becca, healing sun rays allowing, okay? It's a naked, half naked lady. Healing sun rays allowing. Okay, so what I'm seeing for this one, Nick, is that you know, there is some healing that needs to come into your life at the present time. And it's saying sun rays. Okay, now for me, the sun is masculine energy, but it also, you know, is, I guess, the center of our universe, or the center of our world as we know it. And I think that for you, you need to sort of like branch out a little bit. I know that you do numerology and all of that sort of stuff, but I just feel as if that, you know, there's more healing that you need to actually bring into your world. And I don't see it as being I don't see it as being to do with, you know, that numerology and things like that. I think it's more on a deeper level, and you know, you have to stop blocking that. You've got to actually allow that transition to happen, allow that that energy to come in, and just let go of everything that you're trying to hang on to. Okay, none of us like change, but I do feel you're trying to hang on to stuff, and I'd love to see that let go of. I don't teach you for you know, picking on me. All right, Christy, you're asking for a card on your love life. But don't forget, guys, I'm only going to read once for you on here. So I'm not going to sit here and answer 5 or 6 questions from the same person. If you do have specific questions that you need to ask, then please book in a reading. Something I also want to make very clear, guys, is that I will not answer messages that where somebody's just messaged me out of the blue to my business page, asking a question as if I'm on speed dial. You know, I have a private life as well, and there are other things that I actually do. And, you know, I just don't think that that is fair to jump on. If you do want guidance, please book it in. Okay, don't message me at 10:30 at night saying, you know, the shit's hit the fan and I need some guidance. I understand that life can be troublesome at times, but you know, I do receive bizarre messages at bizarre times, and you know, I will not answer those questions unless they come through my direct email, through my website. Okay, Christy, this card's for you, Christy. Yeah, it's like really stupid questions, like, am I going to buy the house? Like, just, you know, I know that it's pressing to some people, but I'm not, you know, I'm not something that you're just on tap with, if that makes sense. You know, I am respectful of my time and my connection to spirit. Anyway, Christy, your card is Charlie, knowing oneself, cultural connection, and tribal essence. Okay, this is your card. Okay, so what I'm seeing, or what I'm feeling with this card, is that you need to tune into yourself just a little bit more. Okay, you need to tune into yourself, and I guess just own your connection to spirit. All of us, I suppose, have a past life connection, or you know, we have a connection with, whether it's, you know, the Celtic side of things or the Native American side of things. You know, like just a deeper connection to spirit. We all have one. Our soul is always connected to a land or a country or something along those lines. But I want you to say, like, go back to the core memory of who you are. When you're going back to sort of like tribal things, my belief is that you're going back to your foundations, you know, your basic foundations, that inner tribal fight and flight, and just see what makes you run, and see what, you know, see what makes you stand. Okay, it reminds me of the Tower card in the tarot, where the tower, you know, everyone's jumping out of the tower because it's on fire. And I do see it as almost like the entire world as you knew it gets blown up, and you have no other choice than to, you know, recreate with what's left over, if that makes sense. Cultural connections, tribal essence. I don't know whether you've been looking at your family tree and belonging and things like that, but I'm just seeing that, you know, a person that you're connected to is not going to make you happy. Okay, you have to make yourself happy. You've got to go within and find out and hunt those programs to make you happy. Once you can do that, then a person coming into your life, or the person that you're currently with, will become an accent of what you already are. And so, you know, you do have to be comfortable with who you are. But this particular card is about cultural connections and tribal essence. So it's about our grounding, essentially, you know, where we come from, who we are. You know, sometimes we look at our heritage as well and where that all comes from. So I hope that makes sense for you, Christy. And I hope you can place it. Hi, Ruby. How are you? If you don't know where you've got to, I know it's really weird. This turtle is doing my head in, seriously. I don't know where it is now. No idea. He's nicked off somewhere. Okay, let me have a look here. Okay. I hope that makes sense anyway. Good, thank you. You're making a cappuccino. Cheers. I have my coffee here. Cheers. If anybody wants a Barber mug, I'll show you the ones that we have for sale. Okay, so I have these. And then on the back it says, I banter with the barber. Okay. So if anybody wants one of these, I've reduced them down to $20. They are that expensive because of the amount it costs to have them printed. Okay. So if anybody wants a mug, a banter mug, then contact us and I'll send one out. Tony, not at the moment, no. Okay, just bear with me a minute. I do have somebody in spirit. I'm being drawn to the head of this gentleman, and I feel like there's either been a crushing of the skull or some sort of a head trauma I'm getting. Now, this is connected to either a motorcycle accident. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's a motorcycle accident or a car accident, but I'm leaning a bit more towards the motorcycle accident. But I know that there's something near and around the head. Okay, head trauma. And I feel like the skull has been crushed on this gentleman. I also want to put him between 38 and 45. So he's not exactly younger, but I know that he actually passed in an accident. Okay, can anybody place this person? I do see him with dark hair. I don't know whether the head's been shaved or whether he's just got a receding hairline, but I have to place that with it there. Your brother-in-law was crushed by a car on a pub wall. Ooh, that's nasty. No, Liz, I feel like it's more an accident. Can anybody place this? A gentleman, I feel as if he's between 38 and 45, 38 and 45. I do see him having dark hair. It's either shaved or receding, okay? And I do see that it's either a car accident or a motorcycle accident. I know that it's a vehicle of some sort that he's had an accident on. And I do see also that there's been other injuries as well. Like there's a shoulder injury and and leg or knee injury also. Okay, I have to place this. He's connected to somebody that either has or had breast cancer as well. Okay, so I don't know whether somebody living that's on here has either had a breast cancer connection, but he's really specific with these. So you know, if anybody can place any of this, please, you know, I guess put your hand up or let me know. Don't sit back, because sometimes when you sit back, spirit doesn't come forward. And so, you know, I do want to sort of like just make that clear. Anybody? You can't picture them at all. Okay. What are you doing? Seriously? I'm totally being a shit tonight. It's back again. Cheryl, did he have a skull crushed or something like that? There's definitely a head injury. What's your phone? What? It's in your pocket. Oh, head injuries mainly. Awesome. Okay. Yeah. Did he look older? Does that make sense, Cheryl? I think I'm with you. Okay, I'm going to put you up on the screen. I know somebody who died in a car accident, loved a motorbike, and his mum was diagnosed with breast cancer after his death. And he had okay. And he died. Did he? Oh, he died in a car accident. Okay, so that's why I'm getting both motorbike and car. Because I know that he had a head injury, because I can see something with the skull, if that makes sense, and so I have to place that there. Am I getting a name? Okay, let me just see if I can get a name for you. I know that the name Tony is going to come in here somewhere. I know that the name Tony is going to come in here because I'm seeing the T. And I know that that's coming in as well. So I don't know whether it's short for something, but I know that that's definitely coming in as well. Cheryl, he's wanting to reach out, and he's just he's showing me a driver's license actually. That's your dad's name. His dad's name was Tony. Okay, Tony Ann, just hold off, because this reading is for Cheryl. Okay. So I need to focus on Cheryl. So please hold off on trying to grab this read. Cheryl, so I have been given the name Tony as well. Okay. And I'm also seeing some sort of a necklace that he would have worn that's been left. Okay. And I feel as if it would have been handed over to his mum or something like that. I also get the word sister coming through as well. So I'd be confident in saying that he has a sister that he's wanting to reach out to. And he's just acknowledging the amount of tragedy in his family near and around, if that makes sense. So I also have to place that as well. I'm hearing the word cousin also. So I know that there's a cousin that he's wanting to reach out to also. And I have to connect this with some sort of a celebratory thing as well, whether it's an anniversary or a wedding or an engagement, something along those lines. And he's just wanting to say congratulations. I don't know whether you can, you know, pass that across, but that's the message that he's bringing there. The necklace was given to my sister-in-law who dated him. Okay, yeah, because I can see it. You know, it's quite a a distinct piece, and it's not a fine piece, if that makes sense. I can see it's a little bit harder, a little bit stronger, if that makes sense. Cheryl, he's just wanting to pass those messages across to those people. And the other thing that he's wanting to say is, don't put all your eggs in the one basket. Okay, don't put all your eggs in the one basket. Now, I'm confident in saying that this is regarding your business. Okay. And I just want to, I've told you that what I feel is relevant to your business, but he's coming forward and he's saying, don't put all your eggs in the one basket as well. So I'm just going to leave that there. And I hope that some of that can actually make sense for you, sweetheart. I'm really proud of you, and I think he is too. Okay, where are we going? There's a spirit message for you guys. Where are we going now? Kari Barbecue, how are you from New Zealand? Is anybody else here from overseas? Anyone from overseas? Bev, how are you going? Oh, his name is David. Jeez, I nearly said that. I nearly said it's like a Tony or a David, but I thought, oh, that's really common. Should trust. See, guys, even me, I sometimes don't say things that jump into my head, and I should. Okay, I do have somebody that I've just got the name for, and I'm feeling like it's a con or a Connor. Okay, a con or a Connor, and that could be a surname as well. Does anybody have Connor? Hi, Sarah. Hi, Jules. How is everyone? Let's have a look here. My brother was called Conrad, and we called him Con. Oh, okay. Because I'm hearing it, like, and he's in spirit. Does that make sense? Yeah, because I heard the word like Con. I thought, okay, that's Connor as well. Now I'm clutching my chest when it comes to him. So I know that there's something relative to his chest, okay? Now, I don't know whether that's heart related or lung related, but I'm just bringing to the chest, if that makes sense. And I feel like it's heart attack, okay? Can you place that, okay, with Con? Did he have a heart attack? Because that's what I'm sensing with him. I feel heavy pressure on the chest as I'm stepping into his energy. Does that make not chest? Not the chest. And okay, is your name Anthony or is it Wells Anthony? Okay, not the chest. Anthony, did he have a heart attack? Can you place that? I just feel really heavy pressure. I'm just having a look at him, and I just feel like it's almost like his arms are tied down. That's how I'm seeing him, as if I can't move my arms. Okay, that's how I'm seeing him come through. I can't move my arms. Oh, okay, so it was a heart attack. Yeah, because I just my arms feel so heavy as I'm having a look at him. So your grandfather's name was Con. Who did you say you Con was originally? Your brother was called Conrad. Okay, my grandfather's name was Con. He passed away from his first heart attack, and that was my dad's father. Okay, right. That's who I think I have, because I've got somebody called Con, and he's showing me heart. And I feel like I've got heart. I can see a hat on his head as well. Okay, so I know that he was very respectable. Okay, I do see that he would have dressed beautifully, but there's also a like I sense that he loved the garden as well. Okay, because I feel like there's casual clothes, and then if he went out, he was very well dressed as well. And I also see him quite the believer is word I want to say. Now I don't know whether he was very religious, but I do see him having a belief in something, Tony. And I'm just going to go here for a second because this is who I think I have, Tony Ann. So I'm going to get back to you, Anthony, because I do see this gentleman having a heart attack, and I know his name is Con. Okay. Now the other thing that I'm getting here is that the way that he's dressed is really specific as well, Tony. He's dressed beautifully, but I also know that he wore kind of like pants, work pants, or pants and a shirt, if that makes sense. And he's got a very how can I put it? When he thinks, you can see on his face, it's like he's got this thinking face. Okay. And so I can actually see him, like, I don't know whether it's a frown in the brow or something along those lines, but I'm just seeing him like deep in concentration, if that makes sense. And I think that he's very much a deep thinker, and he's a very philosophical as well. Okay, would have liked to know what's on the news and everything about the news. I'm seeing horses around him as well, so I don't know whether you can place horses with him, whether he liked to watch the race horses, or whether there's a connection to horses. But I'm just seeing a horse run through, and I also know that he liked to keep up to date with like the the good news, I guess, not the rubbish, but the good news. So he liked to keep his eye on, the way the world was traveling, if that makes sense. But I also see him going into himself and peace and quiet, if that makes sense. So I don't know whether you can place that with him, Tony. If you can affirm some of that, that'd be awesome. Hi there, you. Kyle, how is everything where you are? Did you get flooded or trees or anything? Oh, his sons love to have a bet every Sunday. Ah, okay, because I'm seeing racehorses. Kylie, still no power. Um, okay, Tony said this is your uncle then, yeah? Um, okay. So your grandfather is reaching out to your uncles, is that right? Or your dad and your uncle? Anyway, Tony, this is your grandfather. Okay, he is coming forward at the present time. He's showing me that you're also deep in thought, okay? Lost deep in thought. And he just wants to say to you, um, don't get too stuck in your head, okay? Don't get too stuck in your head, because when you start to question things, you talk to the logical mind steps in, and you start to question everything, okay? And what he's saying is that sometimes you've just got to set your mind free and just allow the focus to dissipate and go where it needs to go, if that makes sense. So I just feel as if that's something that you need to sort of like focus on. There's a lot of pressure in your head, and what he's just wanting to say is just relax your mind, take some time out, breathe, put your feet in the ground, touch a tree. Just you're overthinking things at the moment, and he said that's just like an elastic band stuck in your head, and you just can't get away from it at times as well. I can also see a lot of noise coming in here as well, so I know that there's a lot of noise near and around you, because he's put headphones on, if that makes sense, because he's quite noisy as well. I think the cat's trying to get in. You're coming to Australia, are you? Are you guys allowed to come to Oz? Okay. Now this is going to be really weird, because I'm actually working with some Canadians and going to Canada as soon as the borders open next year. But I have to talk about a Canadian connection here for somebody, because I'm seeing the totally having a brain fart right now. What is it called? The maple leaf. Okay, I'm seeing the maple leaf, and I'm seeing it like on a tattoo or something, or painted on something, on a tattoo or something along those lines. Can anybody place that a connection with Canada, or some type of Canadian tattoo that either they have or they've seen, or there's a picture or something along those lines? Somebody on here have a Canadian connection? Wow, that's cool. Wish we could fly. I mean, we can fly within Australia, not at the moment because we're still in lockdown. But can anybody place a connection to Canada? Either have a Canadian tattoo of some sort, or a reference to Canada, or a piece of artwork that's come from Canada. Can anybody place that? Yeah, I am tired. Come on, guys. I know that somebody. Has anybody got any relatives that are Canadian? All I'm hearing is Canada, and I have to place that Canada, 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 Canada. I don't know whether somebody's grandparents are from Canada, or somebody's visiting Canada, or there's a relative in Canada. And I've also got I've got the name Maisie. Okay, can anybody place a female in her 80s that would have passed over, and there's a connection to Maisie? Okay. Carly, I didn't know you were that way inclined. Check in on her, Carly. Check in on her. Maisie. Hi, Beck. With a second cousin in Canada. I need somebody to place the name Maisie, or it sounds like Maisie. Okay, Maisie. It sounds like it's short for something, doesn't it? I'm not quite sure where that sits. Can anybody place her? She's an older lady. She's probably about 5'1", 5'2". Petite little thing. Would have had dark hair when she was younger. I do see like a mole on her shoulder or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I think it is Maisie Mouse. Yeah, but this is like an older lady that they're calling Maisie, Daisy, Maisie, or I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I have to place her because that's how she's coming through. Um, your nana was Maisie. Okay, there you go. Can anybody else place a Maisie before I try and bring her through for Kylie? So, Kyle's the lady that I have is like in her 80s. I'd put her in mid 80s, 70s, 76, 76 to like in that period, 76 to 86, I would put her. She's only little, 5'1", 5'2", something along those lines. And she's got a little bit of a shaking to her. So I would say that there's either a mild or mid onset of like a dementia or a Parkinson's or something along those lines. Oh goodness, her son died today. Okay. Um, all right. I do see a young boy with her, and I think that there's a photo of her with him standing at her feet. Okay, a photo with her him standing at her feet, and I do see them younger as well, Kylie. So I know that there's a younger picture of her standing, and it's almost like she's got her hands on his shoulders, and he's got dark hair, a shirt and pants, and it almost looks too uh, like some sort of a church photo. It looks like, so I don't know whether they're Christian or Catholic, and it's um, a communion or something like that photo. But anyway, she's standing behind him. Okay, so I have to place that, and I also know that there's somebody else over her with her. It feels like her husband or grandfather. He's quite tall, quite wearing a suit pants, and he's got quite large hands as well. And there's somebody else over as well. So I know that there's either another child or a connection over there where she thinks of him as a child as well. So I don't know whether she's got two sons over there, but there's two men and a child that I can see, and I'm pretty confident in saying that the other one is either a son or a nephew as well. So I have to place that, but she's really definite that her name's Maisie, okay, and it's quite an unusual name as well. And I do, like I said, I do see her a little bit shaky as well. She's complaining about her legs too, and I think that there's either trouble with her blood pressure or something along those lines, if that makes sense. Her other son died a few months ago. There you go. Okay, because it feels like two sons. One must be older than the other one because I see one younger and then one a bit older. Okay, so I don't know whether there's 4 years difference or something like that, but I have to place one older than the other one because he's a lot taller, if that makes sense. And what am I seeing? She's talking about a cookbook, Kylie. So I don't know whether somebody has a cookbook of hers or somebody's cooked a recipe of hers recently, but she's mentioning a cookbook. Okay. And can you place the dementia as well or something to do with that? And her blood pressure is really rife too. I know that she went out having a few different problems. And I see something with her back as well. So I don't know whether she did her back or broke her hip or something along the lines there. But I do I do see that. there was something broke, if that makes sense. Anyway, she's just coming forward. Kylie, I see you selling your house, okay, the one that you're in at the present time. And I don't know whether you're sort of like moving sort of more inland, away from, you know, this, the weather and everything like that. But I do see you changing a house or moving house. Okay, so I have to place that as well. And I also see another child coming in for you as well, and that's what she's showing me, that there's a few babies that are up there with her that she'll release or bring down at some stage as well. So did something happen to your letterbox as well? Because she's talking about a letterbox or something to do with the letterbox or letters or something along those lines. But I'm going to leave that there, because I know that you can contact me anytime. But she was really specific, Maisie, and I'm going to leave her there. All right, let's leave spirit for 2 seconds and let's pull some cards, if that makes sense. So something happened to your letterbox? It's really weird. I don't know whether somebody ran over it or something happened. Anyway, Bev. Now, just bear with me 2 seconds, because I've just been reminded of something. Anthony. Okay, Anthony, I did have spirit for you as well, and I've just been reminded that I need to go back. And I just have to sort of like bring him forward, if that makes sense. Kylie, something to do with the letterbox. I don't know what it is, but there's something to do with the letterbox, so just hold on to that as well. So Anthony, con is what we're dealing with. That makes sense as well. Okay. I'm hearing the word cancer, so I know that somebody near around you is has been diagnosed or suffered that in their passing, if that makes sense. Love you. See you tomorrow. And I feel like I've lost control with this person. Okay. So I feel like I've lost control with this person, and I feel like I've also in a way given up. Okay, in a way given up, and I'm really drawn to no, Tony, he had a con as well. I'm really drawn to the lower part of his body as well. Does that make sense, Anthony? Are you still on? I don't know if he's still on or not. So yours died from cancer as well. Okay, I feel like this gentleman that I've got does as well. Would a blue sapphire make sense to any of you? No. Anthony, do you have a blue sapphire or a signet ring or something like that with a dark stone in it? Maybe I've still got grandfather. No. Tony, and do you have a sapphire, or is there a connection to a sapphire with you? Seeing a sapphire. No, it's connected with one of you guys. Okay. I need to connect to Anthony. I don't know whether there's one of 4 children or has left 4, if that makes sense. Okay, Carly, love you too. Give him a kiss from me. Okay. I'm a bit confused here. All right, Tony Ann, just hold on to that, okay? I need to go back to Anthony, okay? I am going to jump in with Anthony. Anthony, I've got a gentleman here with me. I feel as if it's a grandfather figure or a dad figure, okay, if that makes sense. So I have to place that there, okay, as well. So we finally got a yes with you. That is awesome, okay? Now, I'm 4 siblings left, all right, okay. And would it also make sense, Anthony, that there's a being caught up in red tape? Would that mean anything to you? Because that's what I'm hearing from him, being caught up in red tape. So I don't know whether there's something to do with his passing or something that you're going on with your life that's surrounded in red tape, like you've got to jump through hoops to get what you need, I guess is the transliteration of that. So I have to say that, but he's showing me the number 4, and it's really specific. Okay, and I'm being drawn to tools as well. Okay, so I don't know whether somebody has his power tools or has tools of his that was in the shed, but he is talking about his tools being handed on or his tools being handed over, if that makes sense. And something's really flagging out for me as well. Okay, something that's it is flagging out. There's a really big question mark, and I do see that there's either a coroner's report or something along those lines that is either being worked through or is coming up as well. Okay, so I have to place that also. The timing of passing is also questionable as well. Anthony, somebody has his tools, so just hold on to that, because sometimes you don't know about it, and you go back to family and talk about it, and they'll be able to place that for you. Anyway, I do have him coming forward, and what he's wanting to make reference to, yeah, there's a big question about date. There's something on paperwork that isn't right or that doesn't make sense. Okay, that's what he's showing me as well. Okay, and with him, I know that there was something with his breathing as well. So I don't know whether he stopped breathing or there was something to do with his breathing, but I have to place that also. Okay, and I don't know if there's like a weird mark on his neck as well. So I feel like there's a mark on his neck or something with a mark on his neck. So again, I don't know whether this is information that you can actually verify, but that's what I'm getting. Okay, that's what I'm getting. So the information that is passing across to you, I'm seeing the number 3. Okay, and I'm hearing 3 months. So I don't know whether you're going to be moving or making a decision or something along those lines. But shifting at 3 months is the words that he's passing across. So if you're questioning things, there's going to be movement within that 3 months, and that's the message. It doesn't make much sense to me, so hopefully you'll be able to understand what it's about, if that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there, and all the best. Okay, now, where was I going back? Kiara Jade, okay. Would it make sense that you and your friend had either matching, whether it's matching jewelry, matching tattoos, something matching? Oh, okay, yeah, could be. I feel like it's just something in 3 months. That's all I'm getting. So, Kiara Jade, does it make sense that you have like something matching with your best friend, whether it's a matching tattoo, matching bracelet, something matching, okay, is what I'm actually getting. And I also have to talk about something coming back as well. So I don't know whether they had a brain tumor and then there was surgery and then it came back, but I feel as if it came back, or I'm being told that it came back. And, I just know that something's returning, if that makes sense, because that's what I'm being shown. So I have to pass that across. But I know definitely that there's either something matching or you did something the same, because that's what I'm hearing from her. I also hear the name Sam or Samantha that I have to pass across to you as well, Kiara. So if you can place that, that's awesome. If you can't place it at the moment, just please hold it to the side, because I know that you will be able to place that, if that makes sense. There you go, matching rings, and yes, she had surgery and then it came back. Okay, I'm so sorry to hear that. Okay, that's really sad. And her name was Hope. Okay, where's the Sam or Samantha? I feel like it's a boy Sam. Samuel. Okay, so just hold on to that, because I almost feel like this person. I'm hearing in between. Okay, in between. I don't know what that means to me, but in between, if you can place a Sam in between, it's a male Sam that I'm needing to connect to. It's a male Sam, and I also have the message for mum. Okay, I also have a message for mum, and that is I made it okay. All right, I made it okay. So I know that. I'm also seeing the rosary, and either need to connect to the name Mary, or literally somebody prays with the rosary. And I have to place that as well. So I'm not sure whether somebody was praying with the rosary for her or over her, or there's just some connection to the rosary and rosary beads that are placed in there. But she's just wanting everyone to know she's fine. And making reference to that bonding connection that you and her had. So I'm just going to leave that there, and wish you all the best. Guys, I can see you all asking for messages, and I am doing the best that I can, okay? But my voice is getting sore, so I don't know how many more I'll be able to come up with tonight. But please, please book private readings. I know that money is, difficult at times, but I do have many different types of readings, all right? I can't answer everybody's question on here, okay? So, I can only do the best that I can, and I am trying. So, the more energy I get, the more I'll be able to answer things. So don't forget to like and share, and the more people I get in here, the more information that comes through. Thank you, Sarah. My dad always had this strange ability to know when I was up to no good. When something was wrong, and in my 45 years has never been wrong with knowing the gender of unborn babies. Does he have? I think it's everybody has intuition, Samantha. Everybody has intuition. Everybody has a psychic ability, and some people are able to guess that, if that makes sense. Ooh, Beck, that's cool. Okay. I love it when there's a double connection. So you're listening what I was saying before. Why didn't you put your hand up, Beck? Okay, so your friend and I have matching tattoos. Her middle name is Rose, and she worked under a male Sam. Yeah, of course that helps, okay? So this is where we get a double link, and there's been a couple of double links tonight, and I have no doubt that the other spirit that came through was where it needed to be placed. But we'll bring through your friend as well, because I did hear tattoos and matching jewelry and all sorts of stuff. So that's when it does come forward, and you get a bit of information from both, if that makes sense. So I'm assuming that you and your friend is actually still living. Okay. Now, would it make sense that a mother figure for either one of you is in spirit? Could you place that, Beck? Okay. Hmm. Just having a look. Let me see. So neither mum is in spirit. Is there a grandmother in spirit that would have been like a mother? You know, like a mother figure, closer than a mum, if that makes sense. But in my website, Tony. Okay. Okay. Look, I have to talk about a woman that is motherly. Okay, motherly, and it's like she's coming forward and embracing, because her arms are outstretched and she's coming forward and she's embracing. Okay, now I do see her with a walking aid. Okay, so I'm going to go to grandmother figure here, and I'm going to lean on dad's side. Okay, Beck, and I feel like this is your side. So a grandmother on your dad's side, if that makes sense. Grandmother on your dad's side. Okay, I'm going to go there with her. I'm also hearing Irish connection, or I'm seeing the shamrock. So I don't know whether there's a connection to Ireland, or the shamrock is quite significant in your family, but I am seeing that coming forward as well. So can you place anything like that? Or I'm going to be up the creek and I'm talking through my butt. But I feel like this lady is either Irish or Welsh or something along the lines, but I'm being shown, I am being shown the shamrock. Okay, we've got relatives that are Irish. All right, this could be great grandmother either. Okay, Beck. Irish. I'm definitely seeing the Irish, the four-leaf clover, and I'm hearing Irish as well. So I know that, and I've got this beautiful lady coming forward, and she's got both arms outstretched, as if she's like really bringing everybody into her. So I know that she would have naturally attracted people. Okay, naturally attracted people. I don't know how many people you actually know in your family history, or how far back you know in your family history. So if I do throw out the name, please just hold on to it. Okay, please just hold on to it, because sometimes we don't know our loved ones, and sometimes we need to go back in the family tree and we actually need to figure out who they are and what they're about, if that makes sense. I'm seeing bricks as well, so I don't know whether people's building, or there's bricks being laid or bricks being moved or something along like that with bricks, but I'm being shown bricks also that's coming into here as well. Now, Beck, what I'm seeing from this lady is she's like counting on her hands, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's counted 5 on her fingers. So the number 5 is relative is relative to you somehow. Does this make sense? Number 5, 5, 5, 5. Jennifer, March, April, May. Is there a May connection? We need to place that number 5. So show me the number 5. She's got beautiful blue eyes. Her hair is graying, if that makes sense. So her hair is grey. Naturally, she's an older lady, okay? And she is small but rounded. That's how I'm seeing her, small but rounded, but really cuddly. I think she's really squishy, which is nice, typical Nana. Okay, the number 5 is a reference. I don't know whether somebody's turning 5 or there's a connection 5, but I have to place that as well. So, Beck, if you can place that. Anyway, I'm going to throw the message out for you, because I know that the rest of it is going to place, but I am feeling as if you need to go back to loved ones and discuss the finer details of what's actually being passed across. Okay. I'm also being shown I don't know whether it's liver cancer or somebody like that. Somebody who liked to drink, okay? This could have been her hubby that passed across with liver cancer, or cirrhosis of the liver, or something near or around that area of the body as well. So I have to place that across. Now, the message she's passing to you is the words of trust. Okay, things are never as they seem, and what she's showing me is like something you open up a box with the expectation of what's going to be inside it, and it's actually not. So what she's wanting to pass across to you is to let go of the expectation, okay? And just to sort of like trust in the process, trust in the guidance that Spirit's giving you. And she's also telling me that you are quite spiritual and you are quite connected as well. I don't know whether you've got cards that you read with, or there are cards that are on the table, if that makes sense. Sometimes you say you put your cards on the table and it's about truth and things like that. So I do see that that's going to be coming in as well, the laying down of truth or acknowledging truth of some sort. So I have to place that there also. But the relevance of the rest of it will actually make sense and place with you also. So I'm going to leave that with you. Okay. Now, somebody asked earlier on if I could open it up to a few questions, if that makes sense. So it is kind of nearly time now. So sort of last 7 minutes of the show. I will open up the platform for very quick questions. Okay. So off you go. I'll only answer as many as I can, and we'll see where they are. So does that make sense, Beck? That information for you? Did I forget your card? Guys, specific questions, okay? If you want answers like that, please book a reading. It does, okay. Bev, I forgot your card. All right, the card I've got is Inner Child, Free Spirit, Innocence and Naivety, okay? This card to me, this one here, represents, free flowing. Let your energy flow, and, just connect to your inner child. Be free with things, loosen up the reins a little bit, have some fun, enjoy yourself. That's the message of this particular card. Sometimes life becomes too serious and we need to sort of laugh out loud a little bit more. So I know that that's really relative. There you go. So I'm going to leave that there for you. I'm sorry about that. Let me go back to all these questions. Bev, I just got your card. Kim, that's not a question. Liz, you're welcome. Do you see move for me or anything? Linda, yes, is the answer I got for that. You made my husband's day, bringing through his brother. Oh, Mary, you're so welcome. Thank you. Do you see a move for me, Lindy? Not yet. I do have a question. My grandfather died suddenly back in September in 2016. I'm wondering if he's doing okay. Yes, Beck, of course. They're always okay in spirit. It's us that gets left behind that are quite often not okay. Francis, do you have a special pack of cards, or are they all special? Francis, the cards that I get are mostly from Animal Dreaming Publishing. I review all of their cards, and I read with mostly their cards. Do I have a personal deck? Yes, I do. Okay. This particular deck is a gypsy deck. It's out of print now, so you can't actually get it. And dropping it on the floor. So the deck that I actually read from is a gypsy deck. Okay, it is tarot, and it is out of print, so it's gypsies. With the beautiful gypsy cobs as well, and it's centered around having a coin, funny enough. So this is a Queen Victoria coin, and yeah, that's probably one of my favorite deck, my favorite personal deck, because it was gifted to me by somebody special, and I just love the whole theme of the gypsies and the gypsy cobs, if that makes sense. Look, I love all of the decks that come from Animal Dreaming Publishing. I think they're all really, really special. And, I think that as an author myself, I really appreciate the work that goes into all of these oracles and that come from Animal Dreaming Publishing and some other places as well. But, the actual creative process, it's long and it's hard. And, when you see the finished product, or when you receive the finished product, what I get out of it is the heart and soul of the person that's created it. It's, you know, it's not just something that's spat out there, you know, and their name's been put on it. No matter how good or how bad you think an oracle deck is or a tarot deck is, the thing is somebody's time and energy went into that, and that's what I appreciate the most. You know, sometimes I may not like the artwork, but it's fitting to the card deck and the energy of the person that wrote it. Okay, so yeah, look, I have so many cards that I work with, and I do try and give you something different each week that I read with. You know, a lot of them are new cards from Animal Dreaming Publishing, but some of them are a little bit older, and some of them I rest for a little while and bring them back out so that you're not all bored with them. But yeah, I have a few favorites, but my personal, I guess, private one is the Gypsy deck, and that's mostly because of where it came from. Okay. Hey, Canada, wakey wakey. Caramels are your favorite. Yeah, we'll see. My Gypsy deck is made more important because of the horses that Carmel has, and you know, I just love those horses and can't wait to get over there and see them. Have you done an Oracle Tarot, Kim? I have been working solid for the last few weeks on trying to get my Oracle deck finished. Okay, so yes, I do have a deck that's coming out. Recently, I got stuck on a card. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but I got stuck on a card for 5 days, and it just did my head in. But I think I finally got under my belt today. Okay, so yeah, the answer to that is yes, and I'm really excited about this deck. You know, it's taken me a long time. It's been 4 years in the process, a hell of a lot of research, and it's really funny because I always say to people when they're learning, I always say to my students that, you know, when you get a new deck of cards, throw away the book. And I sort of like cringe every time I say it, because the booklet that comes with my cards has taken 4 years to research. 4 years of research after research, and then trying to condense all that information into a readable format. So yeah, I kind of cringe every time I say that, but you know, I guess everybody has to make them personal, and I have to detach from that. So yes, there's a few projects that I need to finish. I've got a few Oracle decks that are there that I'm working on, and a couple of books and a journal. So one day I'll get to them all. Am I making the right decision in starting your own business? Stacey, I hope that you're working from home on this one, because I am getting guidance as to saying, you know, don't lease something. Okay, so I have to put that out. Danielle, we are coming to Canada. I don't know whether you saw the start of the show, but and you've seen Carmel's advertising, but we actually have an online Canadian forum coming up in September, and I am a part of that, just like I was last year. This year it was supposed to be in Canada, but due to COVID, we weren't allowed to fly. So it's going to have to be next year. Oh, well, Beck, that's amazing. So I'm just going to pop this up here so that you can see it. So I did a reading for Beck just a little bit. Great-grandfather who's in a nursing home has 5 children, 3 boys, 2 girls, and trust. Okay, really relevant. So I love it when spirit actually can confirm things. So there you go, Beck. That's really amazing to get that feedback. Okay. I did get an email about that. That's how I found you were through her. Yeah. I love working with Carmel and Scott. And I can't wait to get to Canada and see all you guys and the horses, of course. So yeah, beautiful. Just purchased my first Oracle cards. I fell in love with the ones you showed last week, Alice in Wonderland. Oh, they are my favorite, but I'm a real sucker for the Cheshire Cat. I actually have him tattooed on my leg, so I love Alice in Wonderland. Hey, Jennifer Brown, how are you going? Last year was great. We raised a lot of money for the animals. Yeah, it was for the koalas, wasn't it? I think it was for the koalas. Cindy, I got a no on that one. I got I can see 2 people sitting opposite each other, and I think you're going to talk that one out. Okay. Will your daughter finish school? I think there's a pause on that one at the moment. they're not giving me a yes and they're not giving a no, so I don't think there's a definitive answer, Renee. So there you go. Is the way to get the trust back? Is there a way? I love him too, Stacey. I've got a big one on my leg, like the whole side of my calf. On the other side, I've got Stitch, like Lilo and Stitch. Beck. I've got a no on that one. All right, guys, it's 10 o'clock. Do you see a conversation coming in from Mr. England? No. Yes. Kariwa, yes. I'm not sure whether there's a 5 connection in 5 years or 5. What? Stacey, you have one on your foot. You have Stitch on your other foot? No way. That's freaky. Okay. And I'll send you mine. That's hilarious. Yeah. So the whole side of my other calf is Stitch, and the other side is the Cheshire Cat. I just love Stitch. He's so cute. All right, guys. Well, I can't remember Kariwa. I don't remember what I told you. Anyway, my throat's going. I've been yapping for 2 hours. Some beautiful spirit messages, which I'm grateful for. So I just like to thank all the spirits that came forward tonight and thank all of the family members that received them. I just want each and every one of you to realize that your loved ones are with you in spirit. They're with you always. And the signs and the symbols, if you see them, believe that they are from your loved ones, because they are. You might see a feather, you might see, a picture might fall over, a flicker of a light, something like that. And, it definitely is. It could be a thought in your mind. That's your loved one reaching out to you, okay? The connections are very, very strong. Yes, they're fine in spirit, okay? Because they don't have the physical almonds. Physical almonds, my God, what's a physical almond? They don't have the physical ailments that we have, okay, because they're in spirit, they're in their pure essence, and they're in that divine energy, okay? And so any pain, any suffering, any hate, fear, anger, frustration, any illnesses, any, happiness, anything like that, they're all human emotions, and we have to understand that our souls are not human. They just reside in a human form, and when the human form passes over, then spirit is released back into that divine energy, and I guess essentially our souls are free. So when we're actually talking to spirit, what we're talking to is that beautiful soul energy, and the information that they're giving us is relative to the human form in which they existed, so that hey, that's them, okay? All right, so I'm going to leave that there for you now, okay? If anybody has any questions, please go to my website or Facebook page. There are links on both of those forums where you can book a private reading. Admin's just popped that up, okay? So please, go there and book a private reading, okay? As I said to you, I can only go where I'm drawn to spirit, and most, people only get one question answered per banter. But I will be back next week, okay? I will be back on Sunday at 8 o'clock, and I will see you all there. Now, guys, please like and share this page. Let's get the numbers up. Let's get the likes up. Don't forget, we've got some events coming up. Boo for Boobs, our breast cancer fundraiser is coming up. Our paranormal night is coming up as well. So that's going to be an incredible night. I can't wait. It's going to be at the Lighthorse Museum in Nanagoon. It will be a late night, guys. So if you aren't from around that area, you may have to book accommodation. Okay. And it is going to be an incredible paranormal night. Also on the night, we will be having fresh scones and jam, Francis said. I can't wait for them. And some beautiful hearty soup and some fresh bread. So it is going to be a beautiful shindig, okay? And, we can't wait here. And You know, I think that it's always an adrenaline rush. And I tell you what, guys, if there's any spirit activity, I'm the first one out of there. I don't know why. It's just a thing. But yeah, if something touched me, I'd probably die in the ass. But anyhow, please book in. It's going to be so much fun. It's worth the $80. I promise you will have an incredible night, okay? Because our paranormal events are always so much fun. And we do get some incredible messages, and we do get some incredible stuff coming forward as well. So I'm going to leave that there. Jump onto my website. Some of the events are up there. Francis is saying I'll lock you in. Why, thank you, Francis. I can't wait. Francis, we're actually going to head up. Beck and I are actually going to head up and come and see you prior to the event, just so we can have a look at the venue and just sort of like get a feel for the place. So we are going to come up and see you shortly, and I'll be in contact with you at some stage to organize that. Anyway, I'm yapping on now, sending lots of love to each and every one of you. For those that are struggling a little bit, please just know that Spirit's on your side. And, you know, Frances sounds like she's putting us in a dungeon. Anyway, lots of love. I'm signing off. Have an incredible week, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye, guys.